if you type in the live chat on YouTube, it'll come up on my TV screen. Okay, awesome. If you can type on the thing, then it means I don't need to keep checking my phone to see if you're talking. Okay, so no, you don't have to, if it's easier for you to just use the Facebook Messenger, that's okay. This is actually really cool because I tried streaming stuff a couple of years ago. Was it a while ago? But I used Twitch for it on the PC, and it was so much more awkward. But like the PS4 has a thing set up where you can just like put in your account and it just starts doing it automatically. It's really simple. So it's cool. I would do it more often actually, but I kind of need to be alone to do it. I just realised that this is probably going to like be uploaded a video onto my channel, and there's just going to be like 5 minutes at the start of absolute silence except for the Amnesia music. It's because I'm waiting to see if I can get people to actually watch. Hopefully I can figure out how to do annotations or something and get a thing to skip to where I actually start playing the game and finish the video. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. Oh, hi, I can see you. Okay. The only thing with the chat is there's, I think it's about 30 seconds of a delay. There's a bit of a delay. But yeah, I can see you. I can see you typing. If you're okay, I'll start. Yeah, there is, but it's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to start. I wanted to ask you to watch because I was talking about this to you before, and I know you ended up getting Soma and couldn't quite work it, but this is by the same developers, and this is basically the game that kind of kick-started my special interest in horror games. So, yes, let's do this. I'm really glad that you're here to watch it. Hopefully other people might later as well, just all my friends are busy. I have beaten this before as well, but it's been a couple of years.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
I like how it opens like this, and you kind of forced to assume that he didn't just get drunk and pass out, as it appears. It's actually more sinister than that. Actually, hang on, I need to turn my light out in the room because it's too bright for me to see the screen properly. I really should have just planned to play this in the dark anyway. That's better. Okay. The good thing about this is I have played it before on the PC and know where everything is, but it still scares the crap out of me. Absolutely. The controls are a little bit weird for PlayStation. I keep thinking X is jump. I keep thinking X is pick things up. Okay. So the key, yes, Daniel is not the most intimidating. I'm going to keep jumping when there's a monster there and it's going to find me. Right, circles crouch. Square doesn't do anything. That's my inventory. There might be the lantern ones, I guess. How do I run? How do I run? Shit. Okay, right, that's my lean thing. Where the fuck is the run button? Daniel, I need you to run! There's going to be... Oh god, I'll figure it out later. Oh wow. Excuse me while I just pass out on the floor. Yeah, the main thing about this is kind of the light and darkness of it, so like, I'm not going to waste my tinderboxes, but basically Daniel he has a very acute phobia of the dark, so the longer you're in the darkness, the more you go insane. The door is yelling at me! Help, I'm drunk! I need to get back in the closet. Oh. I'll make many jokes like that. Okay, that's my inventory kill. The resolution is really weird on the screen. I don't know if it's just the hallucination effect or if it's actually like that. Damn it. Can I pick up? Amazing. Daniel is a mighty strong man. He can lift entire chairs with one hand. Yeah, no shit, I have a Scottish accent. It's more pronounced when I'm talking to myself, I think, because when I talk to other people I kind of... I forgot about that, there's an effect there where you can hear running behind you. This is what I mean, this is why I love this game. The sound design in this game is fucking fantastic. I'm not controlling that, by the way, you just kind of collapse. Shit. The worst part is I know exactly where all the bad things are. I know when I'm in danger. I know I'm not in danger yet, and it's still freaking me out. Ah. God. Why am I playing this? I don't like this game. I'm not going in there. It's dark and there's nothing in it. Is there shit in here? This room is suspicious. Yeah, that's what I thought. Beware, standing in darkness will slowly drain your sanity, because I have so little sanity left playing this game. Follow the glowing juice on the floor. Do you want me to read these things out? Because they're like, there's these bits. There's a lot of notes and things, so let me know if you want me to read them out, and I'll try. I'm really bad at reading things. I kind of stumble over words a lot, but I'll try if you want. I don't know what that says. I think most of the language in this is in German because I couldn't witness the unsettling event because I was trying to read a German book. Here I can use. No, there's not. Stop making funny noises! God. God. Right, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going. I get the hint game. This is the fucking tutorial. God. I'm already fucking on edge, and this is just like teaching me the basic mechanics of the game. Okay, yeah, Lantern Square. I have the brightness turned up quite high because generally speaking I'd rather lose sanity than have the light on because I'm always worried I'll run out of oil. But I'll use it if I have to. Some light sources are better than others, like the torches usually light up quite a lot. Okay, I'll read them. I'll read stuff in future. Sorry, that's quite a delay, but I will do that. So a lot of me playing horror games is just me kind of quietly swearing to myself because they freak me out. There's remember the last time I played this, I finished the game with like 30 thunder boxes because I just never fucking used them. Lantern oil.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Because that's not suspicious. So yeah, basically, as the game's title would suggest, you consume an amnesia potion for some reason. down! R2, move the right stick. Yeah, I'm moving the right stick, it's not bloody moving the thing. Oh, there we go. Just very heavy. When that kind of white flash, it means you've regained sanity usually, or you've completed an objective. Travelling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with neglect of family. So, oh, now I can run. Good, I need to run because things in this castle are fucky.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Yeah, I'm not actually scared of... I mean, I am scared of the monsters. I'm scared of the atmosphere. Because... so yeah, there's this thing. Tough and pliant, it can't be torn by hand or tools. So I can't go that way yet. Oh shit, my phone's buzzing. Treasure chest, lantern oil. Let me check my lantern actually, how much is it? This is really fiddly. Oh yeah, I need to fill that up. There we go. Oh yeah, this is the system's quite cool because these just get kind of, there's no bar, it just gets progressively worse. How do you know what you wrote this? Oh, yeah, that's possible. I mean, I can tell you right now, no, you definitely wrote those notes to yourself. But that is, I mean, spoilers, I guess, but yeah, that's valid. Sorry, I'll be quiet, I don't want to spoil the game for you. Bugs! Yay! Pick up the... That's going to get me killed at some point because it's fiddly a bit. Lantern oil. Oh, this is cool. Let me show you. Let's just leave the front door of the castle! Opa. Let's not leave the front door of the castle. So yeah, it becomes a little bit more clear what's chasing you later. Because that's the interesting thing, it's not... There's more than one monster, in a manner of speaking. Where do I go first? Why is it... Fuck that place. Yeah, lab first. Stop jumping. Keep pressing X. Door slammed shut behind him and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London seemed appropriate somehow. These are all really vague. I keep trying to tell myself that, like, I know where the bad things are. I'm fine. There isn't even anything really creepy yet. But just the atmosphere. I mean, I don't know if you can get it just watching it, but like just the noises and it's fucking creepy. I'm trying not to use my lantern too much because the oil gets... I thought that was a crate. Oh shit, yeah. That splashing is, something. Okay, yeah, I will say that in future, sorry. I need to train myself not to press X. Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. And move them to the wine cellar. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So yes, now we have to go to the wine cellar and get ingredients to make acid. To burn the thing. My phone's buzzing again, sorry. That wasn't me. Sorry if I go quiet for a second, if my phone buzzes, I need to check it. What is the fucking noise? I don't like it. Yeah, there's something splashing down there, which I think is a sanity effect, but I'm not sure. Ooh, flashback.
There should be more coop rats.
Alexander, I don't think you're a real doctor.
And one part aquaforce.
Chemistry hot. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. Vitae? Vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I needed, but I sense them close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and cryptite binds them as well. This time I'll attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, in the hope it will produce a more even solution. I don't think this is science. I don't think you're a real scientist. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proved impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care, and I might be able to use this recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. So, what do you think we could use acid for? Some of them are Alexander, some of them are Daniel. The ones that are from Daniel, Daniel usually narrates them. So if it doesn't say who it's from, it's usually from Alexander. I never figured out what exactly these are. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. I lust for power without they lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. I think these are Alexander recording things somehow, but it's never really clear. There's a tin bottle here. Okay, so now we have to go to. Can we go to the wine cellar straight away? Let's find out. He fell to the kitchen floor. Tears were beginning to well in his eyes after he received the first kick in the stomach. Hazel remained hidden in fear that she too would be punished. All these kind of, a lot of them are for Daniel, or Daniel's early life. It seems to... What the fuck? Yeah, I guess that means we have to go this way first. It's kind of suggesting that Daniel was abused as a child, or at least bullied, certainly. We can use the acid to jump! What does that mean? Did I jump when I said acid? I don't remember. Yeah, I guess that's the game telling me I have to go this way first. I think you need a key from here to get into the cellar. I don't like the archives. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. Yeah, Daniel had a kind of fucky childhood. God, I'm already really tense because I know shit. I know shit. Do I just go to... Okay, yeah, sure, I'll try and explore a little bit for you. I kinda know, I know where things are, but... I'm also just really tense because this game just scares the crap out of me.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Sorry, I'm going fast because I worry the bits in between will go away before I finish reading them. I am actually going to pause it for a second. I need to go and do something really quick, so I will be back in a moment. Don't think I can mute the mic, but hopefully it won't be a problem. Be right back. Hello, I'm back. Okay. I don't know what that hissing noise is, but I don't like it. I'm gonna have this habit of crouching everywhere just in case. Hello, other. Oh, someone else is watching. Our fearless hero. Yes, sure. Oh, hi. You guys know each other? God, insanity's kicking in. Like that. Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brandenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brandenburg, is to recommend my services to the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm of House Garrick. The Three Amigos, yes. Go away. Sorry, I need to fix my headphones a little bit. The problem with this is like the sound in the game is really loud and I don't know how to turn it down. So I kind of have to have 1 year off, but obviously that messes with things. Open the thing. Not that one. It's worth opening all these because sometimes you find things. Excuse me! I did nothing, Kay. I moved, something knocked off the seat I'm sitting on and I had to pick it up. Don't you, misrepresent my character this way. God. I don't like it. I don't like any of this. Fuck off noises, I know there's nothing there. That was it! That was it! Okay, remember, I speak about this all the time because there's a bit here where you hear a brute, and a brute isn't a monster that doesn't attack you till like right near the end of the game, and that was what the noise it makes. That kind of thing that sounds almost like a Wookiee howling, that's a fucking brute. And oh god. I know there's none here, but fuck. I do know things that can happen, and I don't like them. What I'll do is, because I know a lot of the things that happen, if I miss something, or if something that I know can happen doesn't, I'll tell you about it after I leave the area, so I don't spoil anything for you.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Daniel is afraid of the dark. At this point in the game, he knows as much as you, the player, do. He doesn't know what the shadow is. So no, he is just purely afraid of the dark. Which causes problems. Did this door close behind me? Motherfucker. Oh, the book fell off the shelf. I, on the other hand, I'm afraid of everything in this game. Remember that? Yeah, my sanity's draining. I'm worried because I know a thing that can happen if you have low sanity. I'd prefer to avoid that. I know I said I'd probably play this for a while, but honestly depends entirely on how much I freak out playing it. Because I don't like this game. Yeah, so far Yeah, there's Alexander and... Fuck that thing. Alexander is a bad guy. Wilhelm... You'll find out a bit more about Wilhelm as you go along. Like this. There's actually, I'm pretty sure there's a like a short story specifically about Wilhelm. But I haven't... I think... Have I read it? I don't remember. I know what happens to him though. Won't open, it's locked. Fuck. I think I'm okay. In some ways, knowing what's coming, what happens is worse. Probably not, but I. A lot of this is just going to be me making weird noises because. But no, not looking for that noise because that's a stupid noise and doesn't mean anything. And blood's dripping from the ceiling. Let's just keep going. Not looking behind me because I know there's nothing there. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope! I think if I look behind me there, there's like a... You can hallucinate something, and I have no time for that, thank you. I don't like the way the screen goes like that when you're in the dark. God.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Yeah, I know there's a delay enforced by YouTube on uploading things. And there'll be some lag as well, I imagine. What the fuck is that? There's a fucking haunted piano here. I'm having none of this. Actually, I love this game, but I hate it at the same time. You know exactly what I mean. Oops. Oh, Daniel, don't die of a stroke. There's an entire game left to play.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted. The voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety. And grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
So there you go. Okay, I'm safe for the moment. Fragile but not breakable by hand. So... oh look! A helmet! Can I wear it to hide from the monsters? There we go. Now I can jump.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
There's a puzzle in here. So, and you can keep track how many tinder boxes I'm using. Oh, wait, this as well. As a general rule, it's better to use the tinder boxes than your lantern. Here we go. Come on! There we go. Opens the door here. I said that. God, okay. Maybe open the door over here. What did that open? The hell? Local folklore. Alstadt and Brandenburg Castle, 1801. Another reason rich with lore is what did you say? This guy's so scared, why isn't he? Because the door I tried to leave through before, you actually you can try to attempt to leave through the main door, but as soon as you touch it, that kind of weird red gunky stuff comes over it and basically stops you from leaving. So he physically can't leave. All he has is this kind of compulsion to go in and kill Alexander, because apparently he told himself to do so. Another reason region rich with lore is Altstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there's been stories surrounding this hamlet and its neighbour Castle Brandenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed in scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you'll hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travellers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists to the tale, but there are motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. The story reaches all the way back to the times of the 30 Years' War. It's said that soldiers abandoned their duty, got lost in the cold, dark woods, and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They're called Gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It's their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked through the remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, the prominent members of the society paid notice. He's mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate the burrow in the northwestern glades and was never seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was the mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? God, there's so much reading. The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brandenburg lives a reclusive life with his family in the castle nearby Alstadt, and like most of those of noble birth, rumours are inherited alongside the title. Researching the history reveals a little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact one and the same one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of the country. Okay, I can see you going on the quest to murder someone, to reclaim your memory. That's not, Sorry that I'm not that good at reading stuff, by the way. I tend to kind of fumble over words a lot. Is this open now? I'll open this lock. Oh, there's a door over here. Duh. Don't mind me opening this for no reason. I just have a compulsion to open all the closets just in case. Regarding closing at the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye in the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whoever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I'll feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. So yeah, that's Alexander. Everything's fine. Oh god, I shouldn't come in here. So yeah, it's possible to hallucinate a monster there. I don't think I have this time. But that's why I hid in the thing, because I don't want to see it until I have to. Yeah, you would. That's why we have to be careful of you and protect you from your future self. Okay, now we can go in here. Maybe. I'm pretty sure I just need to. I need to go back to the wine cellar now because I got the key for it. Shit, yeah, there's a monster here. Fuck, where is it? Fuck. Okay, I think I'm okay. Sorry if I go really quiet, it's because I'm shitting myself. And there's the brute again! Wonderful! This is fine. This is fine. Okay, the desert dunes were like waves of the sluggish sea. With the caravan moved, the land appeared motionless, but the camp in the hills moved. Oh yeah, I don't mean like, I mean we have to beat. Give me a minute, I need to. Yeah, what I mean is that you're far more likely to go. Fuck. I forgot that hurts you. You're far more likely to go on a killing rampage and kill someone else. We need to make sure you don't do that because that would be bad. Sorry, I'm. Can't go down that way. Fuck off! Yeah, basically because I've been through there, I'll tell you, there's, it's possible to hallucinate a monster, and I did, like, when I got freaked out there, there's a tinderbox here. I heard the monster growl, and that meant it was possible for me to see it there and have it chase me, but it would disappear before it actually attacked me. But in case it wasn't clear, I'm a complete and utter wuss when it comes to jump scares, and I'm trying to avoid them. Is the wine cellar this way, or is it the other end? Wine cellar. God, I don't want to go down here. I don't like the wine cellar. Use the key. Oh yeah. I'll use some more lantern oil. Unlock the door. The Satan gave way to his tired body as he fell from the camel's back. He felt the wind gently sweep across his face and his dry, crusted lips. So yeah, basically Daniel found this orb in like an ancient temple in the desert somewhere and got trapped inside for a while. I like this bit.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Okay, could we please not discuss your potential going on a killing rampage? I would prefer that that didn't happen. Right, that's one of the things we need. Leave that open because I've been in there. Let's do this way. I hate that there's all these kind of noises like footsteps. Excuse me. You sound like you're taking a very hard shit in there, sir. I'll come back in a minute. If an enemy is near, stay out of sight and hide in the darkness. Are you suggesting there's an enemy here? I hate how it does that. There's another thing up here. Shit. My sanity is dangerously low. Sanity ... So yeah, did you see that? Because I saw that. Fuck. Oh, the camera's gone trippy as all hell. Yeah, let's go the direction the monster went. That sounds like an excellent idea. Oh god, calm down. The great thing here is I don't know if I'm telling myself to calm down or Daniel. Oh, please stop making the screen go all wavy. It makes it really hard to see what I'm doing. Fuck. See any glowy bottles? Well, there's no point in you telling me if you see any glowy bottles because I can't. It's too far behind. God.
Isn't anyone there?
Shut the fuck up, Daniel. There we go. That's two. I need another two. I'll probably, there's a certain point I'll stop playing at just because I don't want to do it tonight. Probably. We'll see. God, I can barely see what I'm doing now. It's so fucking trippy. But I've been through there, I think. Been in there. Yeah, use it. Can use this to refill my lantern. No, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Stomping or stuff. Oh, there's gonna be a thing in here. There we go. Dead. Well, that's the game, guys. I forgot that gets put in there. I shouldn't waste the thunder box on it.
It's so cold.
Yeah. See, the best part of this is that technically this whole area is still the tutorial area. Things don't start getting serious until you get to the storage. I can't see where I'm moving things because it's so, this camera's so shaky. Ah, there we go, my sanity get healed a little bit. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Which is better than just ... I suppose. Goodbye. Oh, lovely. Mutilated corpses, my favourite.
What's happening? Oh, feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Except we're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
So yeah, the wine was apparently poisoned to make them explode. Or something. Not really clear. Wilhelm's last words. My name is Wilhelm, House of Garrick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago I was summoned to the Castle Brandenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what the supposed Knight of the Order could want from me and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honours I've been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim and do so without asking questions. In return he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position in noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day I've brought men, women and children to Brandenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I've done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming, their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes and I can no longer. So yeah, they had a good time. Good party. Okay, I've got all the shit I need. Time to flee. Oh, there's 4 people watching now. I have no idea who you are, but I'm assuming they're people I know, so nice to see you. You get to see me be a complete fucking wuss. Because I hate this game. Tortoise? Oh, awesome, nice to see you. Oh, after enduring 3 days in Algeria, a sailboat was finally arranged to take him across the Mediterranean Sea to Gibraltar. Having reached British territory, it was just a matter of reserving something and something. I don't think much of this interior redecorating. It's a bit stabby. God, I need to jump over this. Ah! Cloth smelled of desert and damp must. The pieces lay scrambled on top. Too many of them, he thought, or perhaps too few. Believe it or not, this stuff does start to make sense eventually. Okay, so now we need to go and make the acid to get past the gunk, and I'm losing the ability to speak because I'm terrified. God. Suddenly, it's just the atmosphere in this. It really gets me every time. Like, it's so difficult for me to play even though I love it. So it's time to do some alchemy. What the fuck was that? Nothing important. It's me, Edward Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Just the thing. There is a thing to use the thing on. Thing! There. Thank you. Well, I'm going to do the alchemy anyway because I'm the Full Metal Alchemist. How the fuck do I do the thing? Let's spin this. There we go. is how alchemy works, right? And now we have a pot of acid. You doing okay down there, buddy? Invisible buddy? I really need to get a drink soon, my mouth's really dry. So here's what the thing was, the earthquake or something, I don't know. It's kind of bridge your way up. There we go. So I keep pressing, for some reason I have it in my head that triangle is jump. I think what it is I've played Borderlands recently, so I think I'm getting the controls mixed up with that. Okay, so now we can leave the entrance hall. It became impossible to avoid. The commotion in the streets begged for his attention. As he opened the shutters, the French soldiers opened fire on the two young men fighting back. Their voices were silenced as a wave of gun smoke. Haze of gun smoke. I can't read. So yeah, in case you hadn't figured out, that yelling is what Daniel refers to as the shadow following him. This way. To the refinery. Oh god. He sat down with I don't know what that is, gasping for air. Sweat poured from his forehead into the sand-veiled ground. Yeah. I need a drink. Hang on. Excuse me while I kind of pour loud fizzy drinks, because I need something. Okay, that's better. Sorry, my mouth was getting really dry. Shit, when did my lantern run out of oil?
It sure is dark in here.
Yes,
Shit, Daniel.
and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
I really like Alexander's voice. It's really, really gravelly sounding. And that, my friends, is the first enemy in the game. You can see ones before this, but they're hallucinations. This is the first one that could actually kill you. I'm probably going to try not to use my lantern too much down here because I don't want it to see me, obviously. I see it and immediately light my lantern. Close all the doors behind me. Good thing about monsters is they can open doors. They can bash them down if they're chasing you, but they can't open them. Lord. Shit, what? I love how that did that as soon as I finished saying the monsters can't open doors.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
So the orb is some sort of weird non-Euclidean thing. Fucking magically opening doors. Blocked from the other side. Also, Kate, I know you said you wanted me to explore, and I will try to a little bit, but also I'm very conscious of the fact that there's things that can kill me here. So, I might just cut ahead a little bit when I know where to go. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm safe in here. Usually if there's a puzzle in a room, you're safe in it. Tinderbox and beautiful. God, I'm really going through lantern oil way too quickly. Okay. Hatch is too heavy to lift by hand, but there's this thing I can wind up. Let's look over here first then. There's a chest over here. It's a tinderbox. 2 tinderboxes. Stuck, something's clogging the crank and pulley contraption. Could be this thing here. Can't get a firm grip on it. Now turn the crank and GTFO. Bye, not fuck. Bye, monster. So, oh fuck, it's the water part. He crashed to the surface. The dark Atlantic water smothered him as he struggled to make sense of the situation. I don't. The water part's pretty cool, but well, you'll see in a minute. Yeah, I say the water part because it's pretty well known. There's a thing in the water, the thing is invisible, and it will chase after me. So I have to run in between boxes. Yeah, it can't get me up here. Basically, I have to trick it. I have to sneak past, I have to throw the switch and then run down the hall as fast as I can to get the fuck away from it. Sometimes you can trick it and throw books in there. I love this enemy though because it's so sinister because you can't see it. You just know it's there. Alright, I'm gonna make a run for it. I don't remember if it's faster on me. I know there's a room off there, but I'm not going into it, sorry. I need to get up here. Yes, up, get up, up, get up, get up! There's two in here, I think. Fortunately, somebody left some dismembered corpses, which is their favourite meal. Of theirs. I need to turn that wheel. I'm going to throw another bit first through. Again. No. No. Leslie, go get a delicious hand. Delicious hand. This is the fuck I just died. Ah! Yeah, I know it can be. I'm trying to distract it, I just wasn't fast enough. Yeah, this is the floor is lava extreme version. Okay, I'm back here, that's not too bad. Usually the checkpoints aren't too bad in this, it's just frustrating. What the fuck are you? There you are. Oh, there's yeah, that feels actually ripped. Come on. No, I'm not as tasty as the torso. Go get the delicious torso! This is so awkward, There we go. Ha! Like the extended door watch. you growling out there? Fuck you. Oh god. Hollow needle. That's like 2 together. Block, if I can pick up the needle. And this is going to be tense. Something large brushed against his leg and he felt himself being dragged along by the current of the beast. He pushed himself above the surface. Help, he cried as the ocean swallowed him again. I'm going to have to run like fuck. Right, go. Go. Run. I need to close it and then we'll go behind the other plan. This part's not working unless you're chasing it, it's the shadow itself. Himself being hoisted out of the ocean, the lacquered hull of the SS Hortensia glistened. Yeah, I'm not reading that, I'm sorry, Mum. I'm good, I'm safe. This is a safe area. But yeah, that part's kind of, infamous. It's not even the most scary part either, it's just... I see you mysteriously opening door. Let's look at this fucking fountain first. Because what the actual shit? This isn't... I can splash water. Like, this isn't even insanity shit or anything, this is just a fucking weird fountain. I like the music in this bit though, it's really... soothing.
You have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer. And in the other direction.
So our next bit is we need to fix the lift. Listen, I'm not kink shaming the fountain, I'm just saying it's fucking weird. I'm going to do the next bit, but there's a bit that I really don't want to do because it's really dark and really creepy, so I might stop before I have to do it. Because I'm loose. I might play this a bit more later. Tortoise, why you gotta be like this? I might keep playing, I'll see how I feel, it's just there's a bit that's, fuck tricky. Is that the way I came? Where the fuck I am? Storage! Storage is the bit I hate! Goodbye! I'm going to do these bits up here, and then I will see how I feel and how you guys feel, and I might take a break for a while, and I might do it again later. Gesher monkey, this bit's cool. The thin cold mist brushed his face as he stepped outside. London weather could be cruel, but it was the kind of cruelty he could handle. Who's who talking to? Oh, these cutscenes, it's Alexander
My
talking to
journal
Daniel.
gone. What would they want with my journal?
Door's stuck due to a broken lock.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
What's my health like, actually? Yeah, I guess I can heal myself. Yeah, the cutscenes, the one with the American accent, the really kind of deep voice, is Alexander, and the English one's Daniel. The cool thing is, see these, like, all the pictures and things, if your sanity is low, a lot of them will change how they look. It gets really fucky.
Daniel,
What?
still having nightmares, I see.
Yes, I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll put a stop to them. You'll see.
That's so sinister. We'll put a stop to them, Daniel. Honestly, when you think about it, Daniel's whole, Alexander's whole thing with Daniel is kind of, grooming in a weird way. I don't remember if it changes. There is something that happens, but I don't remember if it's related to sanity or if it just happens. But some things change if your sanity gets low. For example, a lot of the paintings will change if your sanity is low, and some things will just look a bit creepier. But no, the fountain, I was meaning just like the fountain just looks fucking weird.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Ooh. Crowbar. Time to go break some clocks. Or some doors.
The key. Please, let it be here.
Did I pick that up? No, the crowbar fucking broke. Of course it did. Did I pick... I wonder if I can... Close the door, shit, I'm gonna die. I was trying to, kill you the monster, and then I'm gonna die. Oh fuck, that was close. Oh my god. There's a monster outside this door right now. Okay, you left. Oh. I was trying to leave the door open just a crack so you could see the monster when it appeared, but it didn't work and it saw me. But I managed to hide in the cupboard before it could kill me. But yeah, the monster just smashed the door down. I think you saw its arm a little bit smashing it. So yeah, it's a big dude.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Yes, Daniel, this is what's strange, not the monster that just tried to fucking eat your face.
Thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Who keeps keys in jars? There's a gun. Machine room key. What I love is that the monster can apparently open these doors, it just can't open those ones. He panted heavily, trying his best to keep himself from screaming. The medicine cabinet had been overturned and lay collapsed on the floor. He reached to the broken glass and grabbed all the sedatives he could find. Yeah, monsters do enjoy eating faces, this is true. Delicious, delicious faces. This wasn't here before. I choose not to question this. I think I can do some stuff in here. He flipped through the Book of Monarchs, looking for etchings, and counted 9 different kings from all over Europe who'd been depicted with an orb resting in their hands. Am I crouching? I'm crouching. I like to make sure I'm crouching just in case I forget where monsters are. Tinderbox. Oh yeah, there's some more fucked up. A lot of this game is just really fucked up. There's a lot of, I should probably warn you guys, the further in you get, there's a lot of pretty gory stuff. And it's not super graphic because, you know, the art style is pretty, not bland, but there's some gore and there's some incredibly fucked up stuff the deeper you get. So if I continue doing it any later than I'm doing just now, I'll warn you, but there's a bit coming up that's pretty fucked up. Like, that you don't see very much, but it's the stuff that's implied that's nasty. Is this the bit? Yeah, I think I can... A letter regarding the discovery of an orb to my most trusted student and friend Johann Weir. The most remarkable thing happened as I was travelling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I've been looking for the last 20 odd years. It's inexplicable as the Heliodromus described in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as I was told about, an underground Mithriac temple crowned with unearthly art. Sorry, I kind of lose the ability to talk after a while. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. The colour washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village of Altstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails, when I finally found the cavern. I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of the enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life. It's also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. What? Yeah, Kay, it's because Kay's been talking. Who's that guy? I don't know. But Kay's been talking a lot through that. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts. I fetched the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me, bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly a blue shimmering light engulfed me and the colours of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running to the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black and leaves of cinder. The ground's covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance as I joined in pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground gasping for air. God, there's so much reading in this. It certainly must sound strange, but I'd been carried miles away into the Alps and grassy fields outside Genoa. The guardians had taken the orb from me, but still until this day I feared its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It's been nearly a decade since the day I still haven't been able to write down the incident. What? Sorry, I keep getting distracted. If you're I kind of put on Tumblr as doing this, so if you're someone I know, fair enough, but like, I don't really do Let's Plays, or I don't do streams that often, but, I'm glad you're enjoying it anyway. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest in it and ongoing research into the mythic orbs that I realised I owed you the truth about my visit to Altstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Sorry that I'm not really good at reading stuff. I start fumbling over my words if I'm reading a lot at once. Tortoise, I have no idea what you're talking about, I'm sorry. Can I get this way? Okay. Back this way. Sounds like it's actually okay. Yeah, sorry, this game makes it hard for me to think, and you know I'm not terribly good at thinking at the best of times. I can break this window. I'll get to that in a second. I love this game because I think it's fantastic and it's inspired so much modern horror, but it really fucks with me. Yeah, also this bit here is a little bit messed up, what it's implying. Animal experiments. Canis lupus familiaris, 1658, April 12th. After a short study, it's clear that the agitation found amongst humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It's difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis, whatever that smells like. What? What are you guys talking about? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but okay. Where was I? There's an inherent problem with harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine the process of torture to enable the real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process, but ultimately augments the experience of terror. So yeah, basically Alexander tortured animals and then later humans to try and get... It seems like he's trying to get adrenaline? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, don't question why Tortoise does anything. She's very passionate about numbers. Tortoise, don't you have maths homework to do? I'll probably finish soon. Okay, yeah, this painting here. This is a portrait of Alexander, and if you have low sanity, it changes. I wonder if this will do it. Who keeps skulls in their closet? That didn't do it. My sanity's not low enough. There's a thing here I needed. You know? Okay. Oh, I can't hide. I thought I could hide under the table there. I want to hide under the table. I will take this saw for my protection. Because, you know, it can totally do things against things. Okay, yep, here's blocks off. Is there anything over here? I need to use my lantern. Didn't fill it up as much as that, but oh well. So now, where did I put the saw? There it is. I need to break this window over here. Come on. Now see, if I was Daniel, I would probably just try to jump off the cliff from here, because like, okay, maybe you break your legs, but you also get out of this fucking castle. You can see like the gunk spreading out of the castle. I heard you can sometimes see a monster out there as well, just like a shadow of one. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind is not even a wasted breath, yet I bow to you. I've done so much for you and I've gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. Whatever that means. Elevator machine instructions. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use the steam engine and build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meters should read blah blah blah. Yeah, so this is basically just instructions for the puzzle to fix the lift. Flow cycle rod. So you need to basically get all these pieces and fix the lift so you can go deeper, and the other pieces are in storage, which I don't want to go to. So I am going to go back to the main room, and then I think I'm going to save up for now and finish, because storage is really dark, really intense, and I kind of need a break from it, because I don't like this game. Because it scares the crap out of me. And also I really need a drink. We're doing for about 2 hours actually, so it'd be a good point to stop the stream and have it as a video, I guess. Professor Taylor was the second death caused by his damned curiosity. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop streaming for now, because I don't want to do the next bit yet. But, I might do a little bit more in an hour or so, if you guys want me to do some more. If you want me to do some more, message me on Discord or whatever, and let me know. Because I enjoy doing this, it's really stressful. Because even though I love it, it's extremely creepy for me. So yeah, I'm going to save and exit for now. But this has been fun. I'm going to try and see if I can finish the game, because it's not actually a long game. It's probably about 6 to 8 hours, and I've already done 2, so I could probably play the rest of it over the next day or so. I'll try and do that. But yeah, I'm going to put it off for now, and let me know if you want me to do some more later. Bye guys.